Hey everyone, this is Angela from Bake It With Love, and today we're making our roasted corn lobster chowder. Amazing, I love this. I grew up on the Oregon coast, and if you've ever been there, you know about Moe's and going to get clam chowder. Not as good as this, still. It's better because everything's better with lobster and bacon. So we're starting out with a tablespoon of butter and 3 strips of bacon that have been sliced in a large stock pot at medium-high heat. So we melted the butter, we added the bacon, we're going to crisp this a little bit and start adding our ingredients. Half a large white or yellow onion. We used yellow in this case, but white works just as well. And then we're going to add in the sliced celery and carrot, 2 carrots, 3 stalks of celery, 1/3 of a stalk of leek, a couple of bay leaves. And we're going to give everything a stir here and let it kind of cook. You want to cook it for about a minute or two depending on how well cooked you like your onions. As a chowder fan, I still don't like to bite into a chunk of raw onion. Even though this is going to cook for about 40 minutes when we got everything together, you still need to cook them off at the beginning. It just works better that way. So we're going to cook this, like I said, for about a minute or two, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. There you go. Then stir that in, and then we'll cover it and cook it for a minute while everything finishes sweating, and you'll see the liquids when we come back to this. Okay, and this is after our vegetables have cooked for, like I said, about a minute or two. My husband's more the type that can eat practically onions any which way. He likes them, not so much me. Like I said, I have to have them a little bit softer, so he's indulging me here. Then we're going to remove our cover and add our seasoning. We're going to start with a tablespoon of chive and dill, 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped parsley, so squeeze some lemon juice there, and a half a cup of white wine, a dry white wine. And then we're going to stir everything and add our bay leaves. So we'll stir this again and cover it. There you go. I forgot to mention that at the point where you're sweating your veggies and you're adding that flour, you want to reduce the temperature from medium, the upper end of medium to medium high, down to just below medium, and lower if you need to keep it from burning. So now we've added enough of our lobster stock here to cover our vegetables, and we diluted it though, half lobster stock, half water. And I will link that lobster stock recipe video down below in the details. And then we're adding salt and pepper. We're doing about a half a teaspoon of everything here. Half a teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then half a teaspoon of paprika, the smoked paprika. We also added a half a teaspoon of white pepper. So I don't want too much pepper in here. I want it to be pretty darn white when I have my chowder dished up. Now we covered our vegetables with the white wine, and we cooked that off for a little bit, just a few minutes, and then we added the potatoes. Now we're going to cover it again, and we're going to cook everything for about 40 minutes. And then we will come back to it. You're going to bring it to a nice rolling boil and then reduce the temperature again. Now everything's been simmering here for 40 minutes. Your flavors are all beautifully combined and your potatoes are nice and soft and tender. And we are getting ready to add the final ingredients. So he is removing the bay leaves from our soup base here. And then we'll be adding 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of lobster meat. You can hold some back if you're like us. We're going to add some of the lobster meat on the top of the dish. It looks better that way when you're plating and serving. And then we also have a cup of roasted corn. It was pan fried in a small skillet, high heat, a touch of butter. And then we're also going to add another pat of butter, a tablespoon pat of butter to the end here to really finish it off and give it a beautiful appearance. This is hands down my favorite way to make any seafood chowder. When it comes to seafood chowder, like if you're doing potato bacon chowder or something like that, then make it really potatoey. But when it comes to seafood chowders, I like it to have a nice balance between the really heavy on the potatoes version versus the really brothy version of chowders. So here you go. It's got a wonderful balance. The heavy cream just makes it smooth, really lets your lobster stand out. And if you want to serve it up with a wedge of lemon, that would work beautifully too. We're going to go ahead and dish it up here. It's a mess, so I'll be cleaning it up before we do our photos. And what we're going to do is add some of the roasted corn on top, as well as some of the lobster claw for this bowl. We have lobster tails and whatnot set behind us for everyone else to enjoy tonight. And then we also pan fried up some chives, and they're nice and crispy looking because they turned out beautifully. And you don't need a lot of oil or butter. Just throw them in the pan and sear them off a little bit without burning. So actually they only needed about a medium heat to do that really beautifully. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to click that subscribe button here if you didn't already. We have lots and lots of videos coming up, tons of stuff to share with you, and you don't want to miss a thing. So do hit that subscribe button. As always, we are so glad to have you here with us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next time.